One of the important things that we study in macroeconomics is gross domestic product, which we typically just call GDP. So what it's measuring is how much we as a nation are producing. So the formal definition is the market value of all final goods and services produced in a country in a fixed period of time. So we want to explore what that final part of the definition means. So a final good is for the end user. So it's a completed, done, ready for the user product. So example, a car. So if I go buy a Ford F-150, that's going to be counted. That's a final good in gross domestic product. Now, an intermediate good is a component of that good. Okay, so for example, the tire on the F-150 is part of the F-150. So if we counted the tire and we counted the truck, then we're going to count that tire twice. So we're not going to count the tire, we're only going to count the truck. So we don't count intermediate goods in GDP to avoid double counting those goods. Another example here would be a pizza. So if I call Papa John's and got a pizza, that's a final good. But when Papa John's buys the cheese to make the pizza, that's an intermediate good. We wouldn't count the cheese and the pizza in gross domestic product, just the pizza. Okay, we also want to distinguish what goods and services are to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, the BEA, which is the one organization that measures gross domestic product. So we have two different types of goods. One is a durable good, which is expected to last 3 years or more. For example, a washing machine, a car, any appliance really. Non-durable goods are expected to last less than 3 years. So when you buy food or fuel, those are non-durable goods. And then we also have services, and those are more like experiences. So like when you get your hair cut, or if you go to the doctor, or you get your taxes done, all of those things are services. You don't have a product that you walk out with, but there is production involved. So one thing you need to know is that used goods are not going to count in GDP. So gross domestic product is measuring how much we produce in a given year. So if you bought a used car, that wasn't produced in this year. So we don't want to count it in the year it was produced and the year that it was resold. So any resold goods are not going to count. So if you buy, like I said, a used car, if you go to a thrift store and buy something there that was purchased before and now it's just being resold, then those are not going to count because, again, we're just trying to measure production.